Mrs. M. Priyadarshini, ME MBA, is doing PhD, is currently working as teaching fellow in the Department of IST, Anna University, Chennai. She completed a Master's in Software Engineering from Anna University. She has about 10 years of experience in handling courses for UG and PG. She was serving as Technical Evangelist for corporate over 4 years in Java Enterprise Technologies, Software Engineering, Databases, OOAD, and Design Patterns. She is proficient in handling IT projects as well into concept development for enterprises. She is doing a research in the area of web services security. Her other areas of interest include software engineering, OOAD, databases, enterprise technologies, and service-oriented architecture. She holds many journal publications and conference proceedings in her research area.
Welcome to UGC lecture series in Computer Science, Java Part 5. So, in today's session, we are going to see about packages, creation of packages, so how to use packages, what are all the available Java API packages, and then about interfaces. So, under interfaces, we are going to have a look on definition of an interface, interfaces versus abstract class, and how interfaces acts as replacement for multiple inheritance. So, packages. Packages are containers of classes and interfaces. To avoid namespace collision, packages are used. Classes within the package are accessed prefixing the class name with the package name. So, package name dot class name. So, now we will see what is package. So, packages are containers of classes and interfaces. So, already we have seen what do you mean by classes, and we are yet to see what is interfaces. So, class is nothing but collection of similar objects. So, it is a template or blueprint. So, this we have seen in the previous class. To avoid namespace collision, packages are used. So, namespace collision. So, for example, if I need to have two classes with same name, if I need to identify one class and another class uniquely, then I need to put both these classes in two different packages. So, in Java we have a class called date. So, that date class is available in two different packages. One is it is available in util package, and the other one it is available in your SQL package. So, in order to avoid namespace collision, packages are used. So, whenever you have a name, so normally even you can know that. So, whenever you have a name, so we always suffix it with the middle name, last name, etc. Similar to that, for class we are trying to add a namespace. So, namespace is nothing but the package that we are going to give. Classes within the packages are accessed prefixing the class name with the package name. So, here you can see that package name will be there and then the class name. So, normally package name starts with a lowercase, whereas your class name, you know that it starts with uppercase and then consecutive words with uppercase. This packages also helps in providing visibility control. So, default access specifier for class is package in which it resides. Package if not created, then the current directory is the package. Packages are stored as directories. So, here this helps in providing visibility. So, already we have seen various visibilities. One is private and the other one is package. So, if it is package, I have already told you that you should not use the keyword called package. Whenever you leave your class without any access specifier, then it means that it is of type package specification. So, that we have already seen, and then other one is private. So, there are three visibilities. So, package keyword gives us the visibility. Next is default access specifier for the class is package in which it resides. So, if you have not specified any package, it means that this particular class is under a package of the directory name. So, directory name is taken as the package. So, all the classes under the same directory whenever they don't have access specifier, it means that all the classes are accessible within themselves. So, for example, if I have a class called employee, if I have a class called salary, so in that case these two classes could be accessed provided they reside in the same directory, that is without any access specifier has been specified. Next, package if not created, then the current directory is the package. So, already I told you that. So, whenever I do not have a package, so I take the current directory itself as a package. So, packages are stored as directories. So, directories are the method using which you store the package. So, even if I give a set of classes under one particular package, this package means that there should be some directory with the name of the package. So, here you can see that package name should be the first line of your Java program. So, whenever you write a Java program which is going to be put inside a package, so then I should give package and then the package name. After that I can give definition of all the classes that comes under the package. So, it means that whenever I have a .java file, the .java file's first line of code should be package and package name. So, package is the keyword, package name you can give any package name provided it should start with lowercase. So, once I have given the package and after that I write all the classes within that. So, all the classes belongs to that particular package. So, all the classes created in the same package name should be saved in the directory with the package name. Here both the my class and my other class, both these classes should be stored in the directory my package. So, we have seen that, for example, we have d:\ugc. In that, if I give a class name like this, package, my package and then my classes. So, in that case and inside your d:\ugc my package directory should be created and the class files of these classes should be put inside. This, as already told, if I do not do this, so it means that I am inside d:\ugc and then I am trying to compile this program. After compilation, I put them inside a folder called my package. So, folder is nothing but the directory is nothing but your package. So, inside my directory my package I have put my class and my other class file. So, two class files resides in the package named my package, it is nothing but our directory. So, this is one way of creating your package. Next, alternative way to create package is compile the program from the directory above the package and specify the destination directory to be the root directory where the package need to be created. So, for example, you can see d:\ugc we have a folder called UGC and then you have already seen that here my package is package, my package, under that I have two classes. So, now here I compile my program by giving my class name .java and then -d. So, -d stands for destination and dot specifies that this package, which package? The package with name my package, because in the Java file I have given that as the first line of my code. So, my package name will be my package. So, in this case there will be a folder or directory created with the name my package and then your class file will be automatically put inside that particular directory, provided if you use this particular type of syntax javac my class.java -d. -d is nothing but specifying your destination directory where your class file need to be put. So, here dot represents the root directory. So, my package need to be created in the root directory UGC. So, under UGC another directory will be created and inside the directory my class file will be put. So, then how to access this? So, after I create that particular package. So, whenever I want to access this, so the program should be executed from the directory above the package. So, my package is my pack which is available in UGC. So, now d:\ugc I give java my package dot my class, the class which I need to execute. So, here it means that this class resides in this particular package. So, whoever wants to access this, they have to access always with the package name dot my class, that is your class name. So, whereas if you do not specify any package under which you are going to put this particular class file, so in that case you can directly give the class name and then you can compile it as well as you can run it. So it means that if you have not specified the package name, that is package and package name as the first line of your code, so then you can run that directly by giving the class name. We never worry about where we are, we just can see to that whether that class file is available in that directory and we can compile it. So whereas the class file will be available in the directory d:\ugc my package. So this is what I told you. So here class file will be there in my package, and while you run it, you have to run it in this fashion. If access specifier is default, all the classes within the package could access the class or the variable. So already if your class is of type package specification, so here I have not specified any package access specifier, so it means that the default is package. So my class could be accessed from my other class and my other class could be accessed from my class. But if I want to access these two classes from any other package, this is not possible because my access specifier is package. If I need to access my class and my other class in some other package, so in that case I should always give the access specifier as public. So public class my class, if you have specified inside the package, then you can access it from all the other packages. Now we are going to see how this package, I mean your class and the package could be accessed. If access specifier is public, then the classes could be used from other packages by importing it. So how do we import? So this is the syntax for importing. Import package name dot class name. So after in your Java program you write package name, after that you should have import statement. In case of nested packages, if I have one package, within that I have another package and then my class, so I can specify that import my first package and then inside that I have another package, then my class. So in one package, if I have n number of classes or n number of interfaces, so if I am going to use all these classes and all these interfaces, or maximum number of classes and maximum number of interfaces in my other package or other classes, so in that case what I have to do is I can just give import package name dot star asterisk. So it means that all the classes and all the interfaces will get loaded by the class loader during the execution of that particular program where it has been imported. So this star could be used only if you use maximum number of classes and maximum number of interfaces. So just if you are going to include only one class or one interface, it is not a good practice in order to import using star. So it means that all the classes gets loaded unnecessarily inside your program. So it becomes a burden for your class loader and automatically the execution of your program will be slow. So always try to avoid giving the asterisk provided if you are going to use only few classes or interfaces in another class which resides in another package. So now we will see a set of Java API packages. Sun has given a set of Java APIs for various purposes. One is java.io.star, so IO classes and interfaces, java.sql.star database connectivity package, java.net networking. So here you can see that java.io. So Java is a package and inside that package I have IO and then I have asterisk. So asterisk means all the classes and all the interfaces that belongs to IO package. So java.sql, java.net. So all the classes that is needed in order to do input output operations and all the interfaces that is needed in order to do input output will be available in java.io. Similarly, for database connectivity, all the classes that is needed in order to execute your query, create a connection, all that will be available in your SQL package. And then for establishing a network connectivity, all sockets, your datagram sockets, all that will be available in your .NET package. Next is by default any Java program has been imported with java.lang.star. So it means that whenever you write a program, this package will get automatically imported. String, double, float, thread are the classes in the java.lang packages, so we need not import it explicitly. So now this is time for break. We will have a short break and then we will continue with our discussion. Welcome back to the session. We were discussing about packages. So, by default any Java program has been imported with java.lang.star. String, double, float, thread are the classes in java.lang package, so need not be imported explicitly. So, it means that whenever you write any Java program, any basic Java program, this java.lang.star, so java.lang package, all the classes and interfaces that is available in java.lang package gets imported by itself, and few classes that is available in this packages are string, double, float and thread. So, you can use them without even importing all the classes. So, next we will see what is a wrapper class. Wrapping technology is of converting the primitive data types into objects. A primitive data type int is declared and assigned with a value of 10 using the syntax int I is equal to 10. So, here you can see that the same int is created as a wrapper class integer, and the object representation of integer holding the value 10 will be, it is like creating your integer object. So, integer object is equal to new integer of 10. Here we can operate on the integer object as iobj.byteValue returns byte representation of the integer 10. So, now we will see what is wrapper classes. So, wrapping is a technology by which already available software or piece of code could be wrapped and could be used externally from other applications. So, here in Java we have set of primitive data types like int, float and double. So, primitive data types, you know that it starts with lowercase. So, int I will be lowercase, float f will be lowercase, double d will be lowercase. So, it means that these are primitive data types which could not be further subdivided, that is the base data type. So, what they do is they create an object. So, Sun has created a class. This class is going to wrap your primitive data type, and they provide a set of methods in that class which is going to do some operations on the base data that is available. So, we can see that here integer is a wrapper class for which an object is created and it is allocated with a value 10. So, once this value is allocated, so now I can access the byte value of this value 10 by using iobj.byteValue. So, this is the method in the wrapper class. So, what you can do is instead of using the primitive data type, you can just use this wrapper classes, provided if you want to do any further manipulations or operations on the particular primitive data type. So, we have float, f caps and d, double d caps, and then even you know that other data types like boolean, character, all we have wrapper classes. So, to operate on the primitive data type. So, next we will have a look on what is an interface. So, interface is a collection of method declarations. Interface is a collection of method declarations, whereas we do not have any implementation for them. Collection of abstract methods and final variables. So, abstract method, we have already seen what is abstract method. Interface defines protocol of behavior. Next is implementation based on class implementing the behavior. So, now we will see what is an interface. So, interface is collection of method declarations. So, it means that I have a set of method declarations which does not have any implementation. So, we do not have any implementation for the methods that is available in the interface. So, already we have seen abstract class. So, in abstract class also we have method declarations, but we do not have any implementations, whereas in interface we have all the methods to be abstract. Next is it defines a protocol of behavior. So, if we have two classes, so if two classes have to have a same set of behavior for a particular period of time, basically not the methods that should be available in the class, some methods which is needed whenever we do some specified operations or set of behaviors that need to be implemented by multiple classes, that is defined using interfaces. So, interfaces will have method declaration, it will have variables also. So, how do we implement an interface? So, implements is the keyword used to implement the methods in the interface by a class. So, why do we need an interface? Why do not we write the methods directly in the class instead of writing an interface? inheritance gives strong relationship. Any number of independent classes implements an interface. So, we will discuss on this. One is how do we use interface with our class. You know what is extends, what is the use of extends keyword? Extends is used in order to inherit all the variables as well as methods in your base class in your derived class. Whereas here in interface we do not have method definition, we only have method declarations, as well as we also have variables. That variables in the interfaces will be final, that is constant. So, this interfaces gives us a set of behavior. So, we are going to use a set of behavior. So, whenever a class needs to define that particular interface, so it uses implements keyword and then we can give the interface name. We should implement methods in the interface. If you do not have any particular definition, then you can use a blank definition for that particular interface. So, implements is the keyword. So, why do we need? So, for example, I have a class, the class is going to implement the interface. I have another class is also going to implement the same interface. Both of them are going to provide the implementation for this particular method. So, why do we have a specific interface and then we try to implement? Why do not we have all the methods inside the class itself? Whereas, now we have to understand that the common set of behaviors is put as a interface. And also whenever I have a class and I am going to inherit it, it gives a strong relationship between them. So, whereas if you have an interface and if I am going to implement that, if I am going to use an other class through this interface in my class, I can bring in behaviors of two classes in one particular class without having the multiple inheritance being done. So, and then any number of independent classes could implement the interface. We do not have any restrictions as such. So, you can see that here is a sample interface, public interface, arith interface. So, here we have 3 methods and then 2 variables. So, whenever I have a variable inside the interface, it means that it is constant and could not be changed, because we know that our interface could not be instantiated. Like abstract class, our interface also could not be instantiated. So, it means that you do not have any definition. So, the definition is given by the class, only the class we can instantiate, whereas we cannot instantiate the interface. We can create object reference for the interface. The public interface, display interface, public void display. So, here we have one method in this interface and we have a class. This class implements the interface. So, here we have 2 variables and then this int class, what is this? This is nothing but our constructor. So, here I have a constructor and the display method. This display method is not the method of this particular class. So, this class has provided the implementation for the method display that is available in the display interface. So, you can see that here your current object holds integers and then we have given sum of integers and all the other options. So, again we have another class, public class float implements the same interface. So, we have constructors, we have variables, then now you can look into this. We have a different implementation for the same method, the same method declaration that is given in the interface, whereas in int class we have a different implementation and in a float class we have a different implementation. So, your class can implement the corresponding interface in their own fashion. So, now interface references. So, interface variables could be made to refer to the object of the class that implements the interface. So, the exact method will be invoked at runtime. So, now we will have a discussion on this. So, this interface I already told you could not be instantiated. It means that I cannot instantiate and also there will not be object created in the memory. Whereas, if I have an interface and if I have a class which has implemented the interface. So, it means that in interface I have 5 methods, the class has implemented all the 5 methods. For sure, I told you that all the 5 methods need to be implemented. If you are not going to provide any implementation, so then at least blank definition you should give. So, once we have given that, So, whenever the object of that particular class is created, we will have an object and then we will have a reference for the object. So, the interface variable, the variable of an interface could be used to refer to that particular class. But through the interface, I cannot access the variables of the class, whereas I could call the methods directly. So, in the memory, an object will be created, variables will be there, variables will have values, that is the state, and it will have a set of methods. By using the object of that particular class, I can access all the variables and all the methods, whereas if I create an interface variable and then I am trying to access the class, I could be able to access only the methods that is available in the particular interface. Think that I have two interfaces, one method I have it in first interface and another method I have it in the second interface. So, then I have one class which implements these two interfaces. So, in that case what we can do is we can create an object reference for the first interface and access only the method of the object using that interface variable, and then the second interface variable could access the method of the class, method of the interface that is in the class. So, here you can see that int class we have created 10, 20, this is nothing but it will call the constructor and an object is created. Now, I have disp interface and object reference, DIS is the object reference which is going to refer to the INC object, but whereas using dis I can only access the display method. I cannot go and directly access the variables, I cannot access the variable 10 or I cannot access the variable 20, only I can access the method of this particular interface. Interfaces could also be inherited like classes using the keywords extends. Interface supports changes. So, if you want to make any changes by extending it. Class implementing the sub interface should implement all the methods in the interface hierarchy. A class can implement more than one interface by giving a comma separated list of interfaces. So, it means that if I have one particular interface and I have another interface which is going to be the derived interface. So, I have a base interface and then I have a derived interface. So, I should see to that in my class I implement all the methods of the base interface as well as the derived interface. I should ensure all the methods in all my subclass and my all the sub interfaces should also be available in my classes that in which I implement the interface. Next is how your inheritance, how your interface is used to do multiple inheritance. So, multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. A class cannot achieve the functionality of two or more classes at a time. A class can implement more than one interface at a time. Interfaces enable to create richer classes, strongly relating classes. So, now I already told you that whenever I have a class, the class has to have some behavior which is having two or three set of behavior. So, I have two or three classes, and I have few behaviors that is available in three different classes. So, if I want a class to have all these methods in one single class, that is not that could not be done in Java. It means that multiple inheritance is not possible. So, what I can do is I can take an interface, define the common set of behaviors, those behaviors could be implemented by this class. Using that particular interface, I can make another class method to be used by this class method. So, indirectly I try to bring in multiple inheritance in that particular class. So, abstract class versus interface, all the methods are abstract in interface, all variables are final in an interface, all methods need to be implemented in an interface, keyword abstract explicitly specified. So, these are all the differences what we have. So, abstract class, as I told you, there may be few methods which are abstract and few methods which are not abstract, whereas in an interface all the methods are abstract, and then the variables, there can be some variables defined in the abstract class, whereas in my interface if at all my variable is defined, it should be of type constant. Next is you have to implement all the methods in the interface, we do not have any other option, whereas in case of abstract class you can implement few methods and leave other methods unimplemented, so that it again becomes the abstract class, and anyway interface also could not be instantiated, your abstract class also could not be instantiated. And keyword abstract need not be explicitly specified in case of your interface, whereas in abstract class we normally specify it. So, this is the difference between your abstract class and interface. So, now we will see the summary of what we have seen in today's session. So, creation and usage of packages, set of Java API packages, what is an interface, differentiation of interface and abstract class, how interface replaces multiple inheritance. So, from this you could be able to answer all these questions. How to import classes in a package, what is mean by package access specifier, you can list down few Java API packages, differentiation of interface and abstract class, and how interface supports multiple inheritance. So, and then we will continue with all the other concepts in Java in your forthcoming sessions. Thank you.